getting caught with ecstasy at a rave and throwing up on a girl's face, yeah, you're going to want to listen to this one. So, real quick, I want to thank everybody who subscribes that I got to 150. My next thing is 200. So, if more people could subscribe, awesome. But if not, I'm just going to keep telling my stories. Grateful for everybody who comes new and returning. So, with all that put aside, I'll take you to this moment. So, back in 2010, we were going out to a rave. We had already had tickets. It was me and a car full of people. And last minute, someone wanted to come and we had room, but it was in the trunk. So he was down with that. So he went in the trunk. So we're going out to San Bernardino to this place called the Hudson in Gotham. If you know about it, then you know about it. So it's just a disgusting place. So we're going there, and I'm like, I'm used to being able to just bring shit in. Like, this was kind of after the girl had passed away at EDC and things had kind of changed and stuff. So now you had to like hide stuff more. So I still had like, you know, some ecstasy, some acid, and even some, I had like an eighth of weed. And, we're going and we get there. We pull off to a Taco Bell real quick, actually, and we stop there so we could try to like fix our stuff, because me and the guy in the trunk were the people bringing stuff in. The guy in the trunk had an Advil bottle that was filled with, it was to the top with ecstasy. So we, try to situate ourselves, and we're in line, and we're waiting in line. We go in. They actually search pretty thoroughly, which I was not expecting, and somehow I get through. They don't feel that I have an eighth of weed, which is a lot considering where the space I had to work with. An eighth is a lot in just like a little bag like this. And I got my stuff in, and my friend that was in the trunk got his stuff in too. So me and him go straight to the bathrooms. These bathrooms are sketchy as fuck. They don't have locks on the doors, so literally like anybody can just come into one at any time. So me and him go into the bathrooms. He goes into one stall, I go into the other stall. I have to get my pills and my tabs out of my sock between my toes, and then I have to get my weed from in my pocket. So I'm getting my stuff, and then I get my stuff and I come out of the bathroom and I go and I see my friends waiting for us outside right there. So I go and I meet up with them, and then we're waiting, and then they're like, yeah, like, or I ask them like, did he already come out or what? And they're like, no, not yet. No sooner do I say that, he gets taken out with a security guard holding him on each arm, escorting him. So they literally just chose, like, I was in the stall next to him. So literally, if they had just busted into my stall instead of his, I would have been the one getting screwed, because there was no way. I was facing the way of like as if I was like taking a shit or something. My front face was facing the door. So if they had just looked, they would have came. I didn't even have like turning it around so they would see my back and couldn't see what I was doing. So that happens, and we're like, damn, what the fuck? So that happened with him. He ended up having to get picked up by his sister. And they said, if you can get somebody to pick you up, you won't get in trouble. But if we see you in there again, if you try to get in there again, you're going to go to jail and you're going to get arrested. So by the end of the night, he was not there anymore, and I think I texted him and he said his sister came and picked him up. So the other part of this story, throwing up on a girl's face. And I chose that specific because I don't want to say in a girl's face, because that could mean like in front of a girl or something. I'm talking about literally throwing up on a girl's face. Okay? So, same exact night. at that place, the security was crazy. They would go around and like they would literally have flashlights, and they would just come up to you, and they would turn their little flashlight on, and they would just put their hands inside of your pockets and start feeling around. I swear on my life, on everything I love. If somebody watches this, I hope someone sees this and is like, yeah, I remember that, because they did that shit. I was there. I went to this place multiple times, so it became the standard of how they did stuff. So when I saw them doing that to everyone, I was like, fuck, man. And it made me not want to have anything on me. So I took I think I had like two ecstasy pills and like two acid tabs. So I just took everything. And I don't think I had eaten that day. And the venue is a really small, like indoor kind of like gym-ish type of like thing. So it's really musky in there, and it's just not a great, like, you can go outside for like a outdoor part, but then it's like frigidly cold because you're in like San Bernardino. But just the inside of it is really like musky and kind of like really like nasty with all the body heat and everything like that, you know. So I'm like, I just take all my stuff, you know, and then I try to like reposition my weed. I smoke some of it and I reposition it, and just to make sure that if they did come up to me, they wouldn't be able to find it. So we're there, and I went to a lot of raves, and I feel like there's a common thing where people are like, I want to go to a rave and get girls. And it's not really like that. Like, you'd be surprised. It maybe used to kind of be like that. But the one time that I have seen that was at a New Year's rave called Together as One. It was maybe 2011 or 12. And we were inside of a inside venue, and some girl literally just came over. Like, we were in like a circle, and like someone was DJing, and this girl came over and just grabbed the homie and just started making out with him. Didn't even say a word to him. It was pretty wild. So anyways, I say that to say this. All of a sudden, this girl comes up to me, and she like grabs my like hand, and she doesn't say anything. She just starts dancing with me. She doesn't say like, "Do you want to dance?" She just grabs my hand, and we start like dancing. Like, you know, she's like in front of me, I'm behind her, and she was short. Like, I remember she was like 5 feet or like 4'9" or something, and you know, I'm like 6 feet. So I was like a whole head like taller than her, you know. So like I have her like just like basic, like it wasn't nothing crazy. It was just like, you know, rocking back and forth with her in front of me, and my hands kind of like on her stomach or whatever. And all of a sudden I start to feel like hot, and like I told you, this place is really gross like that. And plus all the drugs that I took on an empty stomach, I just started to feel really fucking sick. So I am trying to pull away, and she's not letting me pull away. Like she has me like locked in, grabbing me. So I'm trying to get away because I want to go to the bathroom, because I know I have to throw up. I can feel that it's coming, and I'm trying to fight it with everything. But she is fighting me to keep me in my spot. So all of a sudden, like I threw up into my mouth, and I'm holding it like that, and I'm just like trying to, hopefully, I know it's gross, but swallow it. Like, I just wasn't trying to, it wasn't my plan to throw up on a girl, you know. So I like literally another wave comes, and I just go and it just goes, and it goes all on top of her head, and it's like dripping down her face. And I just remember her like turning up like this and looking at me, and I can just see it like dripping down her face. And I just was like, the music is so loud you can barely hear yourself talk. And I was just like, I'm so sorry, I'm so sorry. And she just kind of was like, and she just like turned around and like was like walked away. And I did the same thing and went to the bathroom and finished throwing up. But that was that was how my night went. So I just thought that that was kind of a funny tale, and an interesting one at that. So the rest of the night was whatever. We ended up, you know, staying there, going home, getting home safely, and that was that. So that's that story, and hopefully you enjoyed it. I enjoyed telling it. And once again, thank you to everyone who watches my videos. I really do appreciate you, and I mean that. I'm not just saying some bullshit, and I'm not going to come up with some little saying that I say every time that you can just tell that there's no genuine feeling in it, and just like, oh, welcome to my page, thank you so much to all of my subscribers. Like, nah, I'm never going to be like that. So anyways, peace.